to win a cool $1,000 for giving away $20,000 every week. It is 4K a day on News Talk 780 KOH. Make it a point to listen 4 times a day. Monday through Friday at 6, 9, noon, and 3. Hear the keyword and then text it to 62582. 62582. That's it. You've got a shot at grand instantly. Listen, text, and win with 4K a day on News Talk 780 KOH. KOH time 743, and one of the shooting victims in Las Vegas Sunday was a guy by the name of Tom McIntosh. Was saved by an Army reservist who just stopped by to help him. Yesterday, the arena reunited on the Today Show.
We were able to find James, and I know you wanted to thank him.
I did.
So we brought him here.
Oh, wow.
You could meet him, and James is there. This is James Lawson.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
How you doing?
All right. That's great.
James, you found Tom. What did he look like to you? You could tell he needed help, obviously.
Yeah, we were getting away, and we came across him. He was in the bed of a pickup truck. There's a belt, a makeshift tourniquet. It was kind of around his knee. It was a completely long spot. I walked up there, and he was actively bleeding. So I adjusted the belt, got it up where it should be, tightened it down to stop the bleeding. Some savior in a pickup truck came and said, "Do we need a ride?" I said, "Yeah." We threw them all in the bed of the truck, and we took off to the hospital.
There you go. The reservist James Lawson, Tom McIntosh, the victim. We are happy to report that survived his injuries and is on the mend now. KOH time 744.
Hey, good morning, YouTube. So some more on the shooting while we have our Breakfast of Champions. If people if people that push gun control so bad really cared about saving lives, wouldn't they not allow 16-year-olds to drive vehicles? Well, shoot, while we're at it, just nobody can drive automobiles, right? That'd save more lives. It's the false narrative. False narrative seeking to control the people. But the hoax rumor mill has started spinning. It wasn't going too bad Monday. Last night it really got ramped up, the hoax claims coming out. Now, it could have been a false event in the fact that the guy didn't do it and he was set up. There could have been multiple people. There could have been lots of scenarios, but the idea that it was fake and a hoax and nobody died is just false. People just need to get that out of their brain right now. You're not getting 20-some hospitals or however many are in Vegas and all the people involved and 22,000 people to sign off on a hoax. Just ain't happening. It's idiotic. And anyway, there's too much information going around and closed networks that I know that, yeah, this is definitely not that case. But more on the shooter, they're pushing the bump stock thing pretty hard. So the guy's smart enough to know he can convert his weapon to a rapid fire rate, but still, and look at all the other elaborate planning, basically, movement of weapons and supplies, movement of through security of the casino in a way that doesn't raise suspicion, putting out camera surveillance, basically, disabling fire alarms, all those things, but yet he doesn't get the right weapon selection. He got one thing right. He selected all the same platform in case there was a jam, because he didn't want to train to, clear a malfunction or anything, or just have one backup or whatever. The number of weapons is just illogical. But he also selects optics on the weapons that once you go into a cyclocrated fire like that, the optic is pointless. You can see the area target from a long way away. It's not like he needed the optic to see his target. He was shooting at an area, not at individual people. Unless you want to get conspiracy minded, he was after one person and he had the optic and he used all the other rounds to just defer from the nature of his true attack. That's a whole nother conspiracy, which I have no idea. Or a whole nother angle, I guess you'd say. Nobody's looked at, but that's probably not the case. So he lays down all these rounds with scope-mounted weapons, which basically the scopes are useless while he's firing at that rate of fire. Iron sight would do just as good just to keep you on in your area target. And he has one weapon laying there that has an EOTech on it, which is pointless at that range. It's basically like having open sights when you're shooting at 400 yards. So why not, did he use that one and just consider that an area? That's possible. But that is the ideal weapon for engaging in the hallway rooms of that hotel. That is what it's very well designed for. Quick pop-up, come around a corner, and see your target shoot type thing. Whoa, don't want to lose you. So the weapon selection scopes, very unusual. Why? And they just go in and buy the guns and say, put a scope on it. Just to avoid, would that avoid suspicion? Some guy not knowing what he's talking about? There is an interesting theory going around about possible weapons smuggling, which sounds the most reasonable, believe it or not. A weapons deal gone bad, he got found out, killed, and the buyers lit up the concert. That almost sounds more believable because they probably had the capability, etc., to do that. But they ditched the weapons and left them behind, it looks like. Or maybe they took half what they could. Maybe the weapons deal was bigger than those 25 guns, and they just took what they could carry, jetted out of there, leaving behind some of them. That 25 guns is a weapons deal. I think you can make that argument that a weapons deal could have been in the mix. Selling weapons. The guy was a high roller. He liked to gamble. Maybe he needed a little extra cash. He had the means to do it. He had the individual means to front load the investment on his end, or was being fronted from somewhere else. Doesn't mean he was doing it for his own nefarious reasons. Maybe he was working for somebody else, which some theories, of course, have what was the dadgum gun running to Mexico called? I forget. But a similar situation where it's a government-run operation, and that's a lot of the reason some of the investigation doesn't make sense. But that's out there, and it's almost the most believable hypothesis, because the 25 guns and everything else mixed in makes no sense for that one individual acting alone to do what happened. So, just some more thoughts. We'll talk to you later.